Jigar, it's been a great few months for the academy system at Leicestershire. Starting with on the pitch, we've just reached the end of the T20 campaign for the lads. A great start for them. How did that go?
It went reasonably well. I believe we finished second in the North Group. We had some strong performances, individual performances and team performances. And yeah, just the way we played the game and the way we went about approaching T20s and the tournament and the league stages itself was really impressive, and I was really proud of the boys, the way they went about it. We beat Derby, Durham and Yorkshire, and unfortunately we lost quite a close game to Notts, and Lancs got us out for a low score, and then we sort of buckled against that one. But yeah, we had a fairly impressive tournament.
Obviously, as you say there, it was a team performances that really got you over the line in most of those games. We speak about a few of the individuals that maybe starred throughout that campaign, like Jake Tarling with the bat and Alex Green with the ball. Yeah,
I mean, Alex Green's one that's on our academy. He's an academy scholar. We've been really impressed with the way he's gone about his progression and his development over the last sort of couple of years. And yeah, he's a 16-year-old in sort of a 24-year-old's body, and yeah, he's coming to fruition and he's learning a lot, which is the main thing, and he's developing into a fine bowler. And yeah, he's put in strong performances. He's got out top order batters. He's bowling in the power play. He's coming back and bowling at the death. So yeah, there's plenty of development there for him. Jake is someone that's been with us during the winter. He joined us, I think, on the back of a few games from Northants last year, and then he's joined us and trained well with us in our batting skill sets and then under 18 age groups. Yeah, and we've stuck him in the top order, and he's the way he's gone about playing his game and sort of adding value to the team is been really, really impressive. I don't know what his numbers are, but I believe he was leading run scorer in that T20 competition out of all 18 first-class counties. But yeah, and he bowls a bit, and I've been really impressed with the way he's approached his batting as well. So something to obviously work with, and I'm also keen on seeing how he develops over the next few months.
And talking again on a few of the individuals, or any sort of standout performers this season that might attract honours elsewhere?
There are a few youngsters. Obviously, the Bunbury Festival takes place, and from that we've nominated three boys: Arnav Rai, Ronak Rajashekar, and Harry Brindle. Yeah, so we'll see how they go. They're in phase 2 at the minute, which is trials. It's the best v best of the highest sort of performing under 15 around the country. So yeah, they're part of the Bunbury trials at the minute, and hopefully they'll make it. So
as you mentioned there, a few familiar faces, a few new faces as well. It's been part of a restructure for the pathway. There's been a bit of change around over the winter. Can you explain what that was and why that was?
Yeah, so we obviously lost 8 or 9 of our academy boys because they were on the back end of sort of their age, and out of that we only offered, I think it was 1 rookie contract to Josh Hull. So we had to sort of go back to the drawing board and to avoid that happening again, really. So what we've done this year is sort of tried to stagger the age groups across a little bit more. And we've always had an EPP, but we've now brought in a junior EPP as well. So it's a staggered stage. And there's no official names on the junior EPP, but what it does is give the youngsters aged between 13, 14, 15 just extra training sessions, and we have more input on how they're developing and how they're training as well. So that's the biggest change across the whole board as well. We're making sure that everyone from 14 to 18 get regular gym sessions as well. I think that's been a massive part of their development in terms of their physical development and also their movements and fundamental movements. So yeah, we're starting to see the results of that. The guys that come regularly, there's been huge improvements in sort of not just their physicality, but also the way they move in the field and the way they approach their games. So.
Yeah, you mentioned there the likes, the S&C sessions they get now with the guys as the professionals do. Also, you've got a great coaching setup with yourself. Dave Whitmore, level 4 coach now. Dieter Klein, an ex-Fox here. Paul Johnson, I think over 30,000 runs for Notts, and Fielder Freight as well, England international. How blessed are you to have a coaching lineup like that to help the lads with their development?
Absolutely. Look, the team, without the team, none of this would sort of be possible. And I genuinely believe that we're probably the best coaching unit, excluding myself. Obviously, I'm talking about the team. team on the whole county circuit, and that's one of the things that we've really got nailed down. Is actually we're covering all areas. We're covering fielding, we're covering seam bowling, spin bowling, batting, and there's a lot of experience in that coaching team, and they pass what they've learned and obviously what they know down to these boys and help them develop. And I think ultimately when we look at it, it's all about developing and learning for the boys, and to have that team around with me, it's only going to happen a lot quicker.
One of those success stories that you've already mentioned, Josh Hall, the latest academy graduate. How proud are you of his development and his start to life with the first team?
Yeah, I mean, look, we called it early last year when we saw Josh. I've known Josh. He used to do Saturday 1-to-1s when he was about. It'll be hard to believe when he was about 4 foot. So, look, Josh has started really well. We saw signs of what he could do last year on the academy, and the way he's just taken everything in his stride, which is really impressive to see. Even in sort of pressure situations in T20, the way he's approached it, the way he's come in and actually done well and taken wickets, it's really, really good to see, and it just stands good stead for the academy. Knowing that, look, we're actually trying to develop these boys, but then these boys are going on to play for our first team or for Leicestershire, and then actually doing well. So it's brilliant to see, and all the coaching staff are really, really happy to see that.
It's something I actually asked Joshua about in the winter, about having inspirations in front of him, the likes of Rehan Ahmed with his incredible rise this winter, Harry Swindles in the first team, Lewis Hill as club captain, having those sort of visible examples as an inspiration to the team, and now he can add himself to that list. How important is that for the guys in the current pathway to see?
It's huge. I mean, what it does do is a lot of these guys will see Josh Hull in the first team, Rehan Ahmed in the first team, and say, look, he's been through the system. And they officially act as role models, really, because all the other guys will be looking at him and say, I want to be where he is. And for them to do well, Rehan's a classic example, and not just on this stage, but international stage. When he's represented England, he's done well every time, and he's impressed a lot of people. So it's really good to see, and it's part of our history, part of our tradition in terms of we've had a lot of boys go on then to play first class and international cricket.
You mentioned Hull and Rehan there as two examples, but yourself as well, you also came through on this journey. How much of that knowledge can you relay to the guys of what it takes, yes, technically, but also mentally and psychologically to make it as a pro?
Yeah, I think, look, I speak for myself. Obviously, I speak for a few probably other coaches as well who've gone through rough times as well. It's not all swimming. It doesn't all go swimmingly. So, yeah, I mean, I've been through the system. I think I started when I was under 14, played all the age group squads, and then made my debut quite late for the first team. But I can relate to that in terms of, look, I probably understand some of what the boys are going through, and yeah, for me to be in that position to relate to players and relate to the boys coming through the system is, I think, quite beneficial.
And just finally, we've mentioned the T20s for the lads already. What's the rest of the season entail for the academy?
So we've just finished the T20. The next stage is, obviously, we've got a few friendlies lined up against some touring teams, which include Antigua and Barbuda, who are coming down. We're also playing against a team from Durban and a team from Australia, so that'll be all red ball, but 50 over cricket. That then goes into the ECB 50 over fixture, and then at the back end we then play 3-day fixtures. So we sort of mirror what the first and second team do, but we do it in blocks. So a lot of the guys now will finish their exams, so we'll see a lot more availability, and hopefully we'll see a lot more good performances coming out of them. So.